Finally, we have a usable pool. Welcome to this episode. That was so much work, so many unexpected things that happened, so many people that put their thoughts into it and energy. Yeah, huge thanks to all of those. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about the steps we had to take to get this running. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the other side that our water goes to, which is the sewage system for the house, which is being made new. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this. So as you might remember, the last problem we had was that the liner we had didn't fit our pool perfectly, but it was 10 centimeters too long on one end. We tried for quite a while to get everything flat and fill the pool up with water, and then stood down there and walked on the liner and tried to push it up and up and up into these corners that you can see here. And we put sacks of sand there to stabilize it, because it was always going down again. And in the end we managed to get it kind of into the corners and then filled it up with water. And the more water came in, the less folding we had. It's not perfect now, but it's usable. So it's pretty hard to see because the water is a little bit murky because the filter system isn't working perfectly yet. Anyway, so I can't really show you, but we have in one corner we have a little bit of extra material. And then we have the problem that in the four corners we could not get the liner into the plastic thing that holds it completely. So we're still pretty unhappy with that, and we'll see what we can do about it. For now we just taped it over so that no water can run between liner and the felt that's behind it. You can imagine that filling up a pool like that takes quite a while, and we were a little bit afraid of it being too cold, because obviously the temperature of the water you put in is like maybe 10-12 degrees. So we got a little swimming pool and put the water in there first, and then it could kind of heat up a little while we were working on the pool. And then we had a long black tube and let the water run through that during the sun. And now it's actually pretty warm. I don't know the temperature, but it's perfect to swim in, and we've enjoyed it quite a lot. So one thing we could do only after the water was up to a certain degree was to put in the caps for the water inflow and then the skimmers. So you can see here that once the water was just below that point and we knew that the liner would not move at that point anymore, we had to kind of make small holes into the liner, which is terrifying, where the screws go into, and then we had to put this cap on, and then there is a piece of rubber in between so that no water can go through, and then we screwed that on. That's pretty nerve-wracking. And then once we had done that for the two places where water goes in, which is like over there and back there, we had to fill the water higher until we could do the same thing with the skimmers. And you can see over here and here. But it all worked out pretty good. It doesn't seem to be a problem. We might still have a little bit of a problem with one skimmer not being totally closed, but that's in the tubes. So we're trying to work on that. And that's also the reason why the terrace isn't finished on this side. However, as you can imagine, then we had the pool filled with water and wanted to try out the technical side of things. But then we realized, I came here one morning and I saw that the water was lower than the night before. Our friends also saw this the day after when I was gone. And we lost a lot of water and we didn't know why. And the only explanation was that the place where the water comes in, which is below the skimmers, that water flows backwards into the system and gets lost somewhere. So my worry was, so you can see that one point is there and then goes underground 1.5 meters and all the way around here and then into like our room where all the filter system and so on is. And I was really worried. We had to take all the terrace apart again, dig everything out to try and find that hole. Luckily, our friends then realized that there's in the system a way to get the water out into the sewage, and it seemed that there was some water going through there, and so they put a valve there, and when they closed it, no more water was lost. So finally we didn't lose any water anymore, and then we started the pretty old pump and everything and filter, and apparently everything works, so that's really cool. Pump is running right now. I can show you the room where the filter is in. Right now we have to go down these steps. I want to make that better and have some better access, but it's not the highest priority right now. So here you can hear the pump. I'm gonna turn on the light. Here's the filter. There's the pump, and you can see here the water is going through the filter. I hope you can hear me. Anyway, but that is only filtering the water like debris and so on, and what we don't have is chlorine or salt. So there's two ways of disinfecting the pool, so to say. So right now I have to measure, or not I, but somebody has to measure the chlorine content, and also how the pH thing is. I don't know what it's called in English actually. And then we have to add some chemicals to the pool by hand. That's not a long-term solution, so we're looking into systems that we can add to the filter system that do this automatically, measure everything and then add whatever is needed. And we also have to make the decision if it's gonna be chlorine or salt. So if you have any experience, feel free to comment on that. Okay, now to the next big project on our list, and that is the sewage system. And we have a guy that comes with his digger and does all this work, but he can only work on Saturdays because he's super busy. Really happy that he helped us. And the first thing he did was to actually renew the rainwater system on this side of the house. So I don't know if you remember, but we had some mold inside the house, and you can also see it down here, and we are pretty sure it has to do with the rainwater system, the old one being broken and all the water getting sort of trapped near this wall. So that was the first thing we had him do, was to make this system new. He also put in 2 pipes where we later can run through electricity or something like that. So it's a little bit of a future-proof system, and we don't have to open it again, hopefully. And then the next big thing is our sewage system. Some of the big parts are already put in. So you can see here, this is the system. So we have a tank where the water that comes from the kitchen can go in, and the grease is separated, and then you can open it and get the grease out every now and then. And then we have the big septic tank, which is going to have bacteria and where all the wastewater is collected and then treated with the bacteria, and then afterwards it goes into this thing, which I guess is some kind of pump that then pumps the water out, and then it's gonna go all the way over there to the big grass area, and there we're gonna have pipes. I'm gonna show you the pipes. These kind of pipes here that have like these slots, and they're in the ground, and then the water is dissipated through these pipes, and it's gonna be a pretty big thing because I think it's 15 meters of pipes 4 times, so a total of 60 meters, and then that will happen in this area. So whole of this grass area will be dug open by the digger, and then we'll probably not have a nice grass area this summer, but that's okay. So we're really happy that this work is finally starting, because as I said many times, we want to have a terrace here and also around here, and we can only start that when this work is finished. And also it would be nice if before we leave we can connect everything to the new sewage system instead of the old one, obviously. I hope you enjoyed this little update. We're definitely enjoying having a pool available, even though it's not finished. It's just really, really nice to take a dip. The kids are enjoying it a lot, and especially since their summer holidays have now started, it's just, the perfect timing to finally have the pool ready. And hopefully soon we'll also invite friends and neighbors and so on. We'll try to get the terrace around the pool finished first. That's it for this week. The next weeks will be pretty busy trying to build the last bathroom. More on that in the next episode. Until then, have a good time. Hope to see you soon. And if you have any suggestions, what toys we have to get for the pool, and what kind of accessories you would put here, let me know in the comments. Bye bye.